All right, so here we go. Game number 1 in a best of 3 featuring a sticky situation and Pixel Jets for playoff week 2, the Sweet 16 on Braxis Holdout. Mystic, what is your favorite ban?
Besides the shield people, right? You got the Task, you got the Zarya. I'd probably like to see either a Gul'dan ban or like a Ragnaros ban because they're pretty good on this map. Rag with his taking over fort ability, and I like his lava wave on this map. It's also pretty strong.
His lava wave is pretty strong here. That's very true. Both teams, well, not both teams, rather. A sticky situation does get first pick, first ban here as Pixel Jets pick the map, taking their time, thinking through what they want to ban first. So we didn't see the insta-ban on Tassadar this time around. But we do end up seeing Gul'dan, which I like that ban. Gul'dan can clear waves here really effectively, both when you're under Zerg attack as well as just, normal wave clear.
Yeah, definitely. Do you think we'll see a shield ban or perhaps one of the wave clear heroes?
It's an interesting question, right? Do they let... I mean, at this point, one of the shield heroes is getting through no matter what. So do they let the shield hero through or do they stop it? All right, so we get a Lucio ban. That's interesting. Now, to be fair, we haven't cast either of these teams, so we have no past draft knowledge of either team. But Sticky going immediately into a Malfurion pick, which I kind of like as the #1 healer in the game right now.
Yeah, certainly a very solid pick. I think we will see a few other meta picks being picked up here. Do you think ETC is still at meta, or is he down in the dumps now?
I think he's okay. I don't think he's great. I think there are other tanks that are better than him now, where before it was him or Murden. Now I think he's been pushed down a peg or two. I do like what Pixel Jets just did here, grabbing the Zarya and the Sonya. Sonya, very capable solo laner and can do damage in a team setting, especially after the last round of buff she got, which was quite a while ago. And then Zarya, of course, one of the Shield sisters. Well, the Shield sister to Tassadar's brother. I like both of those picks. So back to your question about ETC, though. I kind of feel like ETC has dropped down a peg or two. I would put Murden and even Joe ahead of him now. I think they need to tweak some of what they did with ETC to get him back into the meta. I still think he's good. I just don't think he is where he used to be and could use really a buff to the amount of time that his armor is available to him. 20 or the 2 seconds is just way too short right now.
Yeah. We see the Anubrak and the Variant pick. They're definitely pretty good picks on right now because Variant, you take it, you want to bust some shields, especially when they reduce the they changed around the talents where you can get Shield Breaker earlier now, right? Or Shattering Throw.
Yeah, I do believe you are correct there.
Yeah, and then Anubrak, you just pick it up. He's a solid tank right now, and it kind of forces your opponent to think about, hey, maybe we shouldn't pick as many mages because Anubrak is just like going to eat all the spells and take no damage.
Right. And I actually really like the Anubrak pick. I feel like Anubrak actually leapfrogged back over ETC, actually. And that's, if I was like, if you gun to my head said, what do you, or where would you rate these tanks and what order would you pick them in? Anubrak would be above ETC. But we get a Sylvanas ban. Sylvanas, of course, will make that wave of Zerg that much stronger. So I get that ban.
You know what pick I'd like to see on the side of sticky situation?
What?
I'd like to see that Cassia. The blind. It would affect Sonya greatly, and it would affect Zarya pretty good too.
That's a good point. I would not mind. I would not be opposed to that. Right now, sticky situation hovering Ariel, which is also a good ban. But I don't know. Given the comp that we see from Pixel Jets, I think they're more likely to go Rhaegar. I guess it's always possible that they could go with the Ariel. The reality is, these teams may have researched each other a lot more than we have. So maybe they have, like, you know, #1 Ariel player Diamond League, right, on Pixel Jets.
Yeah, I think with the ban of Oriole, they might have been worried about a Cho'Gall, maybe?
Yeah, okay, I kind of see that, but that'd be 3 warriors. And you would
Yeah.
be dependent at that point on Sonya holding the solo lane and Gall doing all of your damage, basically. I mean, Zarya does a lot of damage. There's a reason I like her over Tassadar. But, I don't know, I feel like this wouldn't have been right for that, even though we've cast a number of games that way. But with the Brightwing and the Vala pick, maybe they were going to go Ariel there. And that's what took them a while, was figuring out what they wanted to do. We need to see some big damage come out from a sticky situation here.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe with the variant and Nubarak, I can totally see them picking some dive.
I wouldn't mind seeing like a KT Cassia. I feel like that could work quite well here.
Got the wave clear, and then Cassia is almost immune to physical damage.
Right. And then you just, like, with Cassia, if you have a good stutter stepper, Zarya, Sonya, Vala aren't going to do anything to Cassia, and she's just going to pump out numbers, right? So I feel like that could actually work to their advantage here and give a sticky situation a real, like, strong line. But we see a Lunara and a Falstad instead. Falstad's nice because you get the global, right? So that's not a bad pick. I do like that.
I kind of like what they're going for here. I think in any other map it might have been a lot better, but like Falstad, Lunara are very kitey, so you know you have to come at them. They just hit you. Their range, they're pretty fast. However, on this map with the points always being contested, you need some beefy people to stand on those points.
Right.
And I mean, you got Variant, you got a Nubarak, right? But they don't do that much damage by themselves.
Right. So now last pick, looking at that, you know, what do you...
I think you do have the Zarya Sonya front line, so you probably either pick a good... Yeah.
Throw Johanna on the point and just let her stand there.
Point.
Yeah. I do miss ETC being stronger on this map specifically because face melt post 4 when you get the enlarged range on face melt, the enlarged knockback, you could knock everybody off that point no problem.
And then just take it and stick on the point, right?
Right. So I do miss that, but I kind of like what Pixel Jets did here with that Johanna pickup at the very end. But with that said, let's introduce our two teams. For the red team, Pixel Jets, we have Myeri on the Sonya, Ek on the Johanna, Twistix on the Brightwing, X Zoct on the Zarya, and Matrixter on Vala.
And for a sticky situation, we have a Spooky Ghost on Variant, Newbie on Lunara, Wearpants on Anubarak, Mustache Mill on Malfurion, and Thragnar on the Falstad.
Thragnar is a very, like, fierce-sounding name. Thragnar, you know? So I'll give him points for that. Who do you think won the draft? Just in a vacuum, player skills equal.
I would like to say that Pixel Jets did pretty good with their draft in a vacuum, right?
Right, in a vacuum.
However, they do have to watch out for all the damage that's going to come out from a sticky situation, so we'll see.
Okay, fair enough.
Facility powering up.
We're about to begin.
All right, so both teams lining up, doing their things. Looks like Sonya's going to immediately go top lane, and Lunara appears to be
Systems
thinking about
online.
doing the same.
10 seconds.
But will we see the 4-on-4 on the bottom lane where they immediately just,
5,
you know, dodgeball style run out, arms waving?
1.
Let's fight!
Facility online.
That's what, every time I see this, that's what I think of. Which is kind of weird, but I do.
And dodgeball, that takes me back to elementary school days.
Right?
Were you first pick or last pick there, Liquid?
I was middle of the pack. So,
I see.
so I was okay with that.
I wasn't exactly a huge person, so I was tending to be last.
All right. Fair enough. All right, so Joe poking a little bit, you know. At this point in the game, with the beefy front lines we have on both sides, neither team's really going to do a ton of damage. You might see a kill. Oh, and there's the pause. All right, so we do have a pause. Yep, we do have a disconnect. So just waiting for him to get back. And we'll jump back in.
I knew I could count on you.
And that was a quick pause, but here we are.
Nara versus Sonya.
Yeah, how's that? I'm watching the fight down bottom lane right now. How is that working out for them?
Well, Lunara being ranged has quite a big advantage versus Sonya, so she's pushing her out of lane right now.
Is she? Okay. Yeah, I figured that was probably the case, but maybe Sonya spinning might help save her. Vala taking a decent amount of damage down here, bottom lane, but nothing really going crazy yet. Yet being the key word. I expect this to change a bit once we see the first set of beacons activate. Speaking of, here they come in 10 seconds. Now that's a challenge for Lunara because Sonya is going to be able to sit on the beacon and Lunara may have to back away from that. You see the same thing going on right now in the bottom lane. Most of Pixel Jets is trying to zone everybody in a sticky situation off of the beacon. And a decent amount of damage coming out onto Falstad and Anubarak there, and Malfurion for that matter. Sonya did zone off Lunara, and we have beacon progress jumping for Pixel Jets.
I think poking
Falstad
like that,
flying up though.
poking like that from sticky situation is exactly what you don't want to do against Brightwing, because you go in, you do some of the damage, and then when you back away, all that damage is healed up, and Brightwing's resource for healing is non-existent. So.
Right. You know so I see a problem right now. So Falstad went up, took the beacon, and then traveled back down, right? So he's down back in the bottom lane again. So you have the 4-on-4 and the 1-on-1. But right now, a sticky situation is down 82% to 0. They're really struggling to push in on this bottom beacon. Malfurion had to just back. So I'd actually like to see Pixel Jets here capitalize, try and get a kill. But Sonya is back on the beacon and is gonna push Lunara off it and finish this 82 to 0 and make it 100 to 0. Up right now, in fact. So Falstad flying back so quickly really just delayed the inevitable, gave everybody 4s, and said, okay, well, you're gonna get 100 to 0, but we're gonna at least have our 4s. And maybe that's all they were looking for. I don't know.
For sticky situation, they don't exactly have a ton of wave clear, so this Zerg wave is probably gonna really hit them.
Yeah, I would expect the Zerg wave to probably get fort. Normally I would say front wall and that's it, but with the wave clear, I mean they have Falstad, but that's really not enough against a 100-0 wave, especially with Pixel Jets keeping all 4 members still in the bottom lane and pushing with this Zerg wave instead of counter pushing both lanes, right? So yeah, and there goes the fort. So Pixel Jets playing like they really want to stay in this tournament right now.
And we do see the lane swap. Varian has gone up to fight Sonya, and I believe Sonya has quite the advantage in that matchup since Varian is melee.
Oh, absolutely. I would have preferred to see Lunara stay up in that top lane instead of them sending the Varian up there. But perhaps, wow, sorry about that. I don't know what's up with my mouse tonight, guys. Perhaps their Varian player felt like he would have better luck against the Sonya. Right? I mean, the one disadvantage we have is we're not on comms with everybody, so we have no idea what they're saying. That would be kind of cool, though. I could imagine casting the game while you could hear the both teams' comms. That would be... I don't know. That might be distracting. I'm not sure. I would be willing to experiment with that, though. All right, so it looks like both teams are going to start their respective camps. Fire bats for a sticky situation on the left, and the bruiser camp for Pixel Jets on the right. I'm not sure where all those little units are called, so I'm just going with bruiser camp. But this is... Oh, okay, all right. So we did have Sonya and Brightwing back up to get the fire bats in the top camp for Pixel Jets. So both camps picked up for Pixel Jets currently, and it looks like we have a 3-man defense maybe shaping up top lane.
You know, I didn't actually realize that the Raven in the bruiser camp revealed stealth units nearby until they said, hey, we put an eye on it for the extra indicator in the most previous patch.
Yeah, so there was a debate in Reddit today about whether or not it really used to do that or if they just changed that and retroactively said, oh yeah, it always did that even though it didn't. But yes, the eye definitely makes it more clear that that's what's going on there. And we have a 4-man swap into the top lane, leaving just Sonya in the bottom lane, trailing Malfurion and possibly coming up with him. But no, she's going to go back, do her bottom lane duties. And Pixel Jets is pushing into this top lane here. So I think Pixel Jets, because they picked the map, had a strategy in mind for this map already, and they're just working on executing it. That's how it feels anyway right now. All right, so go ahead.
Nothing. It's just the things are spawning. Beacons.
Beacons, yep. And I was going to say, so we've swapped lanes again. Now it's Falstad in the bottom lane versus Sonya. Give you guys some little slightly larger view of talents. 10 right around the corner. Yeah, Vala was taking a good amount of damage. 10 right around the corner, though. If she can survive long enough to hit 10, this fight is going to drastically turn. And there is heroic abilities for Pixel Jets. That moment when you wish you had... Oh, and there it is. That's exactly what I was hoping to see. Oh, man. There's the... I always get backwards. Yep, Graviton Surge. I was right. I should have just said it. Graviton Surge. I was kind of hoping Vala had gone Strafe instead of Rain of Vengeance, but Rain of Vengeance worked almost as well there. Bottom lane, Sonya taking out Lunara, Falstad running away, and the beacon, which is now at 76-0, is about to go to 100-0. And it's going to be keep wall no matter what, because in the top lane, we have that 4-man group taking out the fort. Ooh, Sonya could be in danger here. A lot of members moving in to try and stop that beacon, but it hits 100-0 before they can do so. And here comes the big Zerg wave top lane.
Yeah, this is gonna hurt. Sticky situation is unfortunately in a sticky situation, whereas they don't have their ultimates yet, and well, they do now.
They just got them. It had to be said, right?
Yeah, definitely. I was waiting for my opportunity.
Oh, well, there it was. All right, so we do get or Cocoon rather from Anubarak. And we get Laser Beam from Falstad. Big silence coming out from Malfurion. There is the Laser Beam, not going to connect and kill anybody. Ooh, Varian really low. And Sonya now joining the group with the leap. Oh, that leap. Varian going down, and Malf should be next. Falstad really low, Lunar really low. This should be a keep. Yes, I know it's Hinterland Blast. For the record, it's a Thunder Chicken with a laser beam attached. All right, so this is definitely keep. And with these deaths, now that Lunara's dead, they could possibly core here if they wanted to really overstay their welcome. But it looks like Pixel Jets is going to be happy taking the keep and go ahead and back out of that fight and look to prepare to steal a bunch of camps.
Yeah, definitely the safer option of the two.
And it is 10 versus 13, so they definitely have an advantage over a sticky situation now.
Oh, thank goodness. We live another day.
They decide not to do any invading and choose the even safer option and go just for their camp.
I definitely thought they were going to invade that Bruiser camp. Or the Goliath camp. Those are the Goliaths. Yeah, I definitely... And I've been calling them Firebats this whole time. You didn't tell me they were Hellbats. Mistake.
Oh, come on. I mean, I didn't want to just be like, hey, they're Hellbats. These things are Goliaths. That's a Raven.
You
know,
need to correct me. You know Star Trek lore, man. Or Star Trek.
Trek.
Wow, I'm a mess. I did not just do that. StarCraft lore. You know the StarCraft lore. You know I don't. You got to correct me when I do that. We're just going to edit that part out. I might have an audio failure during that part of the cast when I upload to YouTube there, because that was embarrassing. I am bright red right now. All right, so the next Goliath camp is being picked up by Pixel Jets. They are painting the map as red as they can. Vala's going to clear that Hellbat and wave that's pushing bottom lane before the Goliath camp gets here. And the rest of a sticky situation had to go top lane to clear the push that was happening there. I would not be opposed to Pixel Jets setting up a Bosch bush here.
Yeah, definitely. Especially with the Johanna. Johanna is really good at taking this boss because this boss has a lot of AA damage, and Johanna just doesn't care about a lot of AA damage.
You know what's interesting? So this is the first time I noticed it. Which unit was it? The that has the eyeball on it now?
The Raven.
The Raven?
Yeah.
He has the ring around it too. I noticed the eyeball earlier, but not. There is also a ring. I wonder if you can see that in game or not.
I think you can. I think in the patch they said, hey, we added this ring just for clarity's sake. You can now see it. I think stealthies can see it as well.
Huh. So both beacons already over 2 Pixel Jets, and the big fight is going to be in the bottom lane. Sonya is rotating down. Watch out, folks. Here comes the leap from behind right into that Graviton Surge. Big wombo combo. Gonna pick up 2 members of sticky situation, but killing Vala in the process.
Yeah,
and
most
that
of the damage from sticky situation going down, so they don't have the damage to take out anybody else.
That is actually where I would have liked to have seen Strafe. I feel like Strafe in that wombo would have actually gotten them more than just the 2 kills. It was still a good. It was a good push, right? They got 2 kills. That's great. 2 for 1 is a good trade that I'll take any day. I just feel like Strafe might have been the better choice there, just so that they could have pumped that damage out with the Graviton Surge and the leap and just really wrecked the other team. But you can't say enough about having an on-demand stun. So there's that.
Oh yeah.
This
As much as I
is
love
gone.
on-demand stuns, I don't miss the stun meta that we had way back in the day.
or just Varian.
Yeah.
I do. I miss old Warbringer Varian, but that's okay. Varian about to go down here. It's already taken a ton of damage. Going down. But that is a decent amount of Zerg that will cover the retreat of the rest of Pixel Jets. Possibly. A noob thinking about diving really deep and looking to get that Sonya, but they are going to go ahead and get away. Pixel Jets has taken out both keeps now, which means they can just delay this game and inevitably win the game.
I just want to be sure.
Oh, that's interesting. Johanna went imposing presence.
We do have, I mean, it's like Boomerang Mage stat with hammer gain, so he does some auto attacking, and then we have Lunara, who does a lot of auto attacking. I don't think imposing presence is bad here because it does do the attack speed slow and the other slows.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start boss.
Kind of.
Your Zarya, right? Like, are you just trying to bait them in to think you're going boss? So what's interesting here is this fight could actually end the game. With 2 keeps down, 16 versus 14. If Pixel Jets can get a couple of kills here, they can definitely end. Malfurion going down really low. Oh, that is the way you want to start this fight. But the point still available. Graviton Surge coming out. Everybody using all of their heroics to try and get kills here. Zarya really low. I expect her to go down. She may survive. Ooh, that was close.
Blink heal.
Varian was also really low there. And a sticky situation ended up getting that Goliath camp.
Yeah, the Goliath camp does a lot of damage, actually, so that helped them out in that fight. The beacons should be spawning, yeah, very soon.
Alright, so Pixel Jet's going to go ahead and pick up their Hellbats and their Goliath camps. Have both of those pushing while they also try to hold both beacons. Sonya in position to grab the top beacon. The rest of Pixel Jet's in position to grab the bottom beacon. But that does not appear to be what they're doing. Are they going to core here?
Oh, they're looking for the loop around.
Or are they going to engage from behind?
See, they have their formation set up as if they came from in front, but...
Right.
Oh, now they're changing it up.
Oh, that's a deep leap. All heroics are being used for this fight. We should see some kills here. Nubrak with a great 2-man stun in the back line. Sonya pushing the back line of a sticky situation off. And here's the beauty of being keeps up, right? That was a good laser beam. Pixel Jets just has to delay and keep this fight going for as long as they want. Killing Varian, which is great, but they have Mercs and Catapults on core right now. And now have both beacons pushing. Like, they basically win as long as they don't throw.
Oh, Falstad, he's like, I might get out. Oh, no.
And Lunara went down between Sonya and Brightwing. Oh, boss has been pulled. I mean, I feel like at this point you're just being greedy.
Yeah, you should just go core.
You have 2 camps bottom. You have a
open.
Zerg wave about to push top. Just core, man. 4 members dead. I don't even think we can call this better safe than sorry. I think this is just being greedy.
They want to have a little bit of fun. They pick up the boss.
I mean, the core is going to be dead before they even get there.
Dead. There's so many cyclones on the
right,
core.
And that's going to be game number 1 going over to Pixel Jets.